Welcome, everyone. I am Chris Gore. Today on Hollywood on the Rocks, we're going to talk about The Iron Claw. Alan and I have both seen it, and I'm very excited to see it. I'm also very excited to turn the music down, which Alan always forgets to do every show without fail. It's what he does. It's what he does. Plus, we're going to talk about Award This, the fallout, the controversies. There actually are no controversies. Everybody had a great time at Award This. And we will discuss the new Dune Part 2 trailer. We're gonna discuss that, all that, more, and your chat, comments, and questions and concerns. It's gonna be a fun show. Let's get things started. Let's kick things off. Let's find, wait a sec. Where is, oh no.
Independent horror films scare the living poop out of my bunghole.
If you were at Award This, if you watched the video, you saw that live. But I think there's more. Let's get things going here. Where is Alan?
Oh, it is you. We meet again, Mr. Craw. Craw, not Craw, Craw.
Oh, wait, I forgot to play this one thing. I just want to make something clear. Alan is the one that asked for this video.
It is you. We meet again, Mr. Craw. Craw, not Craw, Craw.
Alan!
I love that. I love that clip.
Wait, what is the clip that you love?
It's the one you just played.
What do people talk about in it?
From Get Smart.
It's from Get Smart. And what are they saying?
It's Craw, not Craw. No, but I was saying in our chat that the thumbnail should have been Craw, not Craw.
Well, maybe for the review. Yeah,
but, okay, let's say for the review.
I'll say this. I'm not hungover because I didn't drink all that much. Even though when you watch the video of Award This, you might think, well, Gore certainly was pounding them down. I mean, I had a few drinks, but I had so much to do that I could not really. I had to stay focused to make sure the show went off without a hitch. There were a few hitches. There are a few there are a few mistakes behind the scenes, but you'd never know it. I hope you check it out. We're going to talk about that momentarily. But I'm not hungover, but the emotional exhaustion of building up to doing Award This, like Saturday night when you guys were doing X-Ray Girl's 20,000 subscriber celebration stream, I was working in the other room assembling scripts and getting details and packing my car and getting things ready. And Dante was me, actually. He was sitting in this very seat on the live stream. And then he changed the name to Disney's Chris Gore just for fun. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
Yes, because he's the race and gender swap version of you.
That's exactly right. When the Disney story of Film Threat comes out, I will be played by a POC, a person of color. So there you go. I hate that word. I think it's so kind of it's.
I don't know. Why don't we just? I don't mind being referred to as colored people. It's
There you go. I
It's just a reordering of the words and add an of in it, and it's the same thing.
It's
exactly-
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey,
But,
something exciting happened last night.
What?
Yeah, I tweeted out my general social media thoughts about Wonka, and as a result of that, Mark Millar followed me, and then we had a quick back and forth about Wonka.
I haven't seen this tweet.
Yeah, no, I just said that the trailer does it no justice. That if you like Paddington, you'll probably like Wonka, and if you like Gene Wilder, go at your own risk.
All right. Well, I'll save it for Friday, Alan.
Well, it's the social media reaction. There's so much more to talk about Wonka than
Well, let's save
those three phrases.
Right. But we'll save it for Friday so we can actually get into spoilers for it, or we'll have a spoiler section.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will discuss that. Mark Millar, interesting, did a video. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to watch it, of a bunch of comic store owners that are talking about this, the bottoming out of sales of modern comic books. It's not going well. It's not going well. Very interesting. And I've always liked Mark Millar. All right, let's see who's in the chat before we kick things off here. We have a super chat here from Ban Brindlebeard III for $1.99. Who would be your 5 best actor noms?
Well, you saw one of them last night.
Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
What did I say?
Is Ryan Gosling supporting or best actor?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling is supporting.
Okay, so for supporting, I would go Ryan Gosling. I think he's but okay, we're talking.
Jeffrey Wright was
Jeffrey Wright for sure. So that's 3.
and then Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers.
That's also good. I don't know that I'm there yet, right? There's there are a couple movies I still haven't seen, but we don't vote on the Critics' Choice Awards until
you had to submit nominations. That's
till January. Yeah, I saw the nominations. They're not shocking. They're just yep.
No, we had to submit nominations.
Well, we had to submit our picks for nominations. Doesn't mean that it worked. Okay. All right.
I'm just saying we had to think about it the last 2 weeks. So,
well, that's true. All right. I have so much to talk about today. We're going to get through it, and we may end up doing a slightly shorter show today. Friday, a ton of reviews we're going to be doing.
and I didn't tell you I have a hard out at 3. So,
today. Well, okay. We're gonna try and wrap up before then, but I want to continue to say hi to people. I can say hi to people. Red French Moon for €2. Bonjour, everyone. That's a terrible accent there. Mark Perkins just became a YouTube member. By the way, for our YouTube members, check out the community tab for members only. You will get the link to sign up for our Discord, where you can continue to chat with people who are members. Additionally, we do giveaways. There is a digital giveaway. I don't know if it's today or Friday, but usually I put it at the end of the stream because you're already here. Whatever, check it out. And we're giving away basically digital codes on Movies Anywhere or Vudu for movies because I like those. And Sahil, looking forward to Iron Claw, might end up being my favorite movie of the year. Well, Sahil, then you probably have already seen it. It's definitely near the top for me. Patrick Lemire, how long before Alan's POC status gets stripped?
Let's just say for Asians, our POC status has been stripped.
Your grandfather didn't. No, you're like out of convenience. And one time,
they only use us when they need votes.
Yeah, they only use you when you're useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that status being stripped. We should do it live on this show.
I was complaining a while ago about Harvard not letting us in, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, we don't want to go to Harvard.
Yeah, why would you want to go there? Look at the environment there. It's awful. Okay, Bobby's World member for 1 month. Ahoy, Chris and Alan. Let's rock this joint. It's going to happen. Jimmy Francis says, thanks, Film Threat, for putting on a very nice award this show. It's okay. All I've been doing is making notes about all the things that went wrong. A lot of them invisible to people, right? But I know they went wrong. So we're going to fix a lot of things for next year. And we're going to make it even better show. Just the whole idea that you get a little glimpse or taste of 75 plus movies is pretty awesome. But thank you, Jimmy.
Audience ambient noise in there.
Well, there's a lot of things we can do. Red French Moon for €5. Watched the award this and the live red carpet. Those vodka barrels looked yummy. Lila was funny and nice suit, Chris. Well, it's a tuxedo, Men's Warehouse. Let's get into it. Actually, I'm going to save that comment for later. Okay. Wait, Castigan, who's a member of the channel, Castigan, Gary never reads my soups either. Well, I am but a lowly channel with only 100,000 subscribers. Film Threat, it's just this tiny little YouTube channel. I'll defend Gary for a second. He has more than 9 times the number of subscribers, and I think he had like over 10,000 people watching live the Nerdrotic Nooner, which I just finished. I just enough time to eat and sit back down. So there you go. But
by the way, newsflash, he doesn't read my soups either.
Yeah, exactly. Alan will text me that he sent in a super chat during the show to try to get attention for it. Kind of funny, but thank you, Castigan. We appreciate you.
Okay, so my question is, you're on Geeks and Gamers Daily on Friday.
Yes.
And we have a live stream on Friday.
Yeah, no. I'm literally going to, I told Ryan already, I have a hard out at 9 a.m. I'm going to end the stream and just go. Actually, you know what I might do is try to be on both streams at once. I'll cross the streams. Yeah, so I'll be on there. Hopefully we get, because they get a couple thousand people. Hopefully they get like, people from G&G Daily will actually just come watch Film Threat, continue the conversation. But I think I know what you mean by this. Ban Brindlebeard III for $1.99. Would you ever have FMB on the Nooner? You mean RMB? You probably mean Robert Meyer Burnett. I don't know who FMB is. That's not a question for me. It's Gary's show, not my show. I'm sure he would say yes. And I love Robert Meyer Burnett. I have known him since the mid 90s. Longtime nerds there. Shucksy for $5 says, thanks for the Lion Girl Blu-ray, Chris. I finally watched it. It was a fun live action anime-like movie, but there was way too much nudity for me. Wait, it has nudity? I didn't know that.
What?
So I do this thing every once in a while for members where you can send in a self-addressed stamped envelope and I will mail you back just stuff that's lying around. And I had an extra Lion Girl Blu-ray and I sent it to Shucksy. Explore around the community tab. You might find instructions. Bush and Ryu Cat. Shucksy, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bush and Ryu Cat for $5. Who's a member just sends in a super sticker. Well, thank you for that. And we've got some Iron. Oh, here we go. Some Iron Claw related. I'm going to save the Iron Claw related chat comments and questions for when we discuss that. We're going to briefly go over award this. We're going to talk about Dune 2. Then we're doing Iron Claw. And then, the conversation will go where the chat takes us. Eric Stratton says, if anyone is interested in Alan's origin story, well, I mean, he was bitten by a radioactive Chris Gore. That's how Alan was. And then we bi-generated and Alan came out of my penis hole. I'm just giving the short version of it. Alan told a much longer version, but that's fairly accurate, right?
How it goes.
Yeah. He was interviewed. I was mad at Alan about this because I did. Okay, what did I do? I did Chrissy Mayer's show.
You did Chrissy's, which you didn't tell me about.
Yeah, and then you didn't tell me, but I wanted to be in the chat. You did. Alan did Poor Choices, but it was an episode of Dadcast, I think, right?
Yeah. It was the three of us.
Yeah, he was interviewed last night on Poor Choices by his internet daughter, X-Ray Girl, or as Alan calls her.
Oh, X-Ray Girl.
Yeah, see, exactly. Well, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say it differently. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, it was fun hanging out with her during LA Comic-Con was a blast. Oh my God. But this is like the amount of exhaustion. So LA Comic-Con was the weekend before Award This, and I hadn't written the script. I only finished the script the Friday before the show. Alan punched it up with one joke that was probably the best joke of the whole show, which I thought was great. And Lord Thoth says, before we get started, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on Discord. Thank you, Lord Thoth. Appreciate you. So cool. All right, let's get into it. We want to talk about Award This, the 2023 highlights of the show. There is an article on the Film Threat website right now if you want to just read a list of the winners. Is that article live yet?
Yeah, it should be there.
Okay, cool. Maybe you can share screen with that. But I want to explain what Award This is. Why are we doing this? Okay, why are we doing this? And this is our 5th year doing the event. You can look up all the other events because Award This has a link tree. And you can also go to awardthis.com. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing Award This? Why? I mean, award shows are made up things. You just make it up, like birthed out of existence. And Award This is something, I had this idea to do this show in 1993. 1993 or 1994, right around there. And I actually sold the show to Comedy Central. And 2 weeks before they pulled the plug. It was going to be a very different show at the time. It was going to be a show that you would watch in picture while you watch the Oscars. Comedy Central got cold feet, so that we'd be doing comedy bits and making fun of the Oscars live during the Oscars, kind of like a watch party. This is before YouTube and all that. We had like this whole screen worked out. We were going to do comedy bits. And then the whole idea with Award This is you would switch to Comedy Central during the commercial break or any of the musical numbers, which are always very boring at the Oscars. So I sold that show to Comedy Central. Years later, I just was like, there's got to be an award show for indie film because the Independent Spirit Awards, I think, are compromised. That show is just the Oscars Junior. If you lose at the Oscars, you win at the Spirit Awards, which take place the night before. And I don't think when I look at the Spirit Award nominees, they don't really seem like real indie films. They just seem like low budget studio movies like A24 films, which I love those movies, by the way. I'm not disparaging A24 or Focus Features or any of those companies, but the smaller indie films don't get recognition. So in 2019, I sat on a couch with, of all people, Eric Weber. You can watch it. Myself, Eric Weber, a bunch of other people. We rotated.
I was there. Come on.
Alan was there running the chat. And Alan was there. And this is 2019. We just sat on a couch. We watched the Oscars. We did an Oscars watch party. And at the commercial breaks, we put out award. We gave awards. Then I thought, well, we have to up the game. The next year in 2020, we did it at the Studio Movie Grill in Glendale. In 2021, which was a troubling year, we did it at a drive-in. Nothing was going to stop us. And then we've done it the last couple of years at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California. You can go to awardthis.com and you can submit your movie to be eligible for our 2024 event. Alan, do you have that? Can you share screen with the winner or just that article? But I want you to know that like we created this because part of the way to promote indie movies is to, you're already giving it away, indie movie of the year.
You said share
no,
screen.
it's fine. Just scroll down. No, whatever.
Is Lila.
So there's Lila. It was so much fun. Like the whole purpose of this is to give recognition to these small indie movies. There are 20 categories, 75 or approximately 70 plus movies nominated. You can watch the awards right there. People that were at the event, we had a musical act. We have categories like best pop culture documentary, which one of my favorite docs won. I had so many favorite films this year. The Dave Stevens documentary. We interviewed the actor from Ninja Badass on the show.
Oh, the writer, the director. Yeah.
Yeah. The writer, director, and star of Ninja Badass, who lives in Burbank of all places. I didn't know that, by the way. but his hair is so distinct. Anyways, love that guy. He was so fun. Watch the awards. It clearly has a sense of humor about itself. There are little comedy bits here and there. Lila keeps it fun and light. She did her comedy, which was awesome. John Bailey and her went at it, and it was fun. John Bailey, our announcer, epic voice guy, he's done it the last 4 years. He will be back next year. Lila will be back, I assume. We want to get more comedians and more folks to be a part of the show. I'm just super excited about the future of this event. It's the only award show you can buy a ticket to. So, and everyone who bought a ticket got a gift bag, or just attended the event got a gift bag. So there you go. I want to just show some quick things, and then we're going to pivot to our other topics today. Just like other award shows, we actually do a red carpet. So I'm going to show that we actually filmed a little of the red carpet while we were there. I have to share the audio. All right. I'm going to, if I echo, Alan, would please mute me. Yeah. But let's just check out a little bit of this because you're in this. Welcome to Award This 2023. My name is Chris Gore. This is the Independent Film Awards show that you need to familiarize yourself with. Why? Because we watch at Film Threat. We saw probably collectively 2,000 movies last year. Of those 2,000, 75 are nominated tonight in categories like indie horror, indie sci-fi, indie comedy, WTF, like what the fuck is this movie? Tons of categories. It's a crazy fun time. You'll discover a lot of great indie films. I'm here with Dante James from Verbal Riot Show. He's one of our presenters, and we're both drinking
Liquid Death.
Well, Liquid Death is one of the sponsors here at the event.
Yes, they are.
Along with Neft Vodka, among others. And I'm going to stop for a second. We had this like 4-page thing that we're supposed to read during the show, and I was like, this is a lot to read.
Yeah, I know.
But look, we could not have done the show without these sponsors. And the one thing we probably should have promoted more, and we'll do a better job next year, I promise, that the winner of Best Director, Best Directress, and Indie Movie of the Year each got a $10,000 services package from Sugar Studios. So I just want to point that out, that Sugar Studios is a post house that does that helps indie filmmakers get all the post-production done for their movie. You can't release the movie unless you have a good sound mix or color correction, whatnot. They also have editing services. You can edit your movie there. Anyways, each of our winners got $10,000 in services. And then Shorts.tv, the winner of Best Shorts, got a consultation with Shorts.tv, which is the largest distributor of short films in the world, actually. They release all the short films in theaters that are nominated for Oscars. We had Liquid Death, Neft Vodka, which had this like charcoal drink. And it was weird. I'm tasting this drink from Neft, and you cannot taste the alcohol, which was a mistake. It was a huge mistake, but you get the idea. I don't think I need to show any more of this. Watch the red carpet. Please give it a view, because we're trying to get the views up. I'm just going to show a little bit of the beginning of the show for those of you that haven't seen it. Just go to the award this video for this year for 2023. Even if you watch the first 5-10 minutes, it helps gets us a view. And then you're going to discover through these little montages movies that you may want to see. Effectively, what we've created for you out of all the indie films we review at Film Threat, this is your playlist of movies worth checking out. There's even a documentary, and I can't believe this didn't win, called Batman and Me, about Batman collectors, which is great, but like, it's the competition is so fierce. Alan, what do you think were some of the categories where, I mean, we don't actually fight, but we get into debates about, like, what are the deserving films? Yeah. What are the, like, and this is all collectively with the editors and writers of Film Threat who submit their picks. And it ends up, the hardest thing actually is to put together the list of nominees. That is the hardest thing. But can you talk about some categories that had maybe some of the more difficult choices?
I mean, I think animation, we kind of went back and forth on.
Yeah,
there's
that one for sure.
Let me see. Oh yeah, definitely the documentary. We
documentary was so the document, because we had so many good docs this year, and I know that we dropped the ball on some of them. There's just, we've only got a certain number of categories, but let me just show you one of the better moments from the show was this moment.
Independent horror films scare the living poop out of my bunghole.
You wrote that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because you because I'm like, we got to change this, because I don't feel comfortable saying shit or ass on in public, and so I had to rewrite that.
Well, what's great is you just said that, and now Glenn Brown, our producer, can clip that so we can just play it anytime you want on this show.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So if I ever need to say either of those words,
and I have to give like a huge props to Glenn Brown, who did all the category videos. It was so professional looking. It just like the game is upped, and now next year we already have notes of how we're going to make it better.
I swear those packages were amazing. Glenn did a great job, and because we were at a recent award show, and they gave clips and things like that, and it was like, what the hell is this clip, or why did they choose that clip? Glenn chose the perfect clips to just give the flavor of that movie.
He knocked it out of the park.
Seconds. Yeah.
Well, my goal is for Glenn to come out next year to actually be at the awards and
do it live.
Ms. Peacoffey might come out too. You never know. She might join. Here's the beginning of the show. This is the last thing. I want to show you just the very, very beginning of the show and our little opening montage to give you a taste, because I really want everyone to check it out. Please just check out the show. We want to get the views up for this, and we want to we just want people to look. So like the video, please. Oh no.
Ew. Right-wing trash?
You typical liberal. All right, listen, I'm just here to watch movies, okay? Just here to watch movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I love movies too.
Hollywood has failed us. Celebrities have lectured us. And the Oscars have bored us. Well, except for this moment. But let's not do that again. There's an independent film revolution happening right now, led by passionate filmmakers creating original and visionary movies that challenge Hollywood garbage. Tonight, at the Frida Cinema, we'll award the best and truly independent films. It's time to award this. Greetings, everyone. We're live at the Frida Cinema in downtown Santa Ana, California.
All right, you get the idea. It's the tone of it is very fun. We have a good time. And, if you're a filmmaker and you've got a film that you want to get not only reviewed on Film Threat, but be put into consideration for our annual award show, which is effectively just a big party celebrating the best indie films that we see all year, come to this event. And we appreciate it. Alan, any final thoughts on award this?
Yeah, after when the show started going and people were giving their acceptance speeches, it just reminded me of basically the mission of Film Threat, which is to uplift independent voices. And I think we got plenty of confirmation that we're on the right track and that we're on brand and on mission.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you can't. I mean, this show is scripted in terms of like when awards go out. Certain jokes are scripted. A lot of jokes aren't scripted. They're just spontaneous. But the best moments of the show are when you see the filmmakers get up and give their speeches and realize that there is a community that supports their work. We need to do this more. Everybody keeps talking about things like we need to create new media. Hollywood is failing us. Hollywood has failed to deliver the product that they used to make, that we used to all love, right? And I think a new indie film revolution is really needed, and having an outlet like Film Threat and having an award show that recognizes movies from basically all sides of the political aisle, by the way. You know, certain types of awards, depending on where you stand politically, would probably not even be considered by other award shows. We look at all of them, and Alan, I don't know, I'm really proud of what we did this year. So
Yeah,
there you
absolutely.
go. There you go.
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
I think that's a good way to end that segment.
We have some comments.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, let's go to some comments then about. Oh, I didn't realize we had a bunch of comments about it. There we go. Amen Gents says, hey, Alejandro, who was a winner. Alejandro Montoya Marin. It was a winner last night. And he'll be talking to shorts.tv. Let me know how that meeting goes, Alejandro. That's great. Eric Shosted, where's the Frida Cinema? It's in Santa Ana, California, about 40 minutes south of Los Angeles. Let's see. Mexican Iron Man member for 6 months. Congratulations on the award show. I had a true blast watching the show. Funnest time modding while watching the award show with popcorn. And Miss P Coffee says, hey, Glanuccio, good job. And Glanuccio says, honor to be a part of it, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, Glenn. Really great. I'm just really proud. Rudy for 10 says, had a blast. Met Danica, Latino Slant. Talked with some of the nominees and even talked with Gijo from Sugar Studios. Everyone was so nice. I was talking with Alan at the after party. What a great night. Yeah, we went to a bar down the street because the bar we originally wanted to go to closed too early. So we went to a bar down the street. There was like tons of booze left. Like, I don't think anybody was, there were drinks for everybody. Let's say there was plenty. And that was great. Rudy, I'm glad you had a good time. That's awesome. Red French Moon for €5. It was a mistake of Neft, but if it's yummy, then it's all fun. Fun though. At the end of the year, award this. Your shirt isn't in your pants anymore. Oh, that's right. My shirt, it got I was kind of a wreck by the end because I was so nervous. I'm like, all right, I just want there to not be mistakes. And then there were some little things here and there. We just needed more time is what it was.
Yeah.
And having LA Comic-Con butted up right up against it didn't help me. It gave me one less weekend to work on it. But no, Neff was.
I'm thinking it'll be earlier in the year next year.
No, LA Comic-Con moved. It is the first weekend in October now.
I meant to award this.
I don't know yet, but we can look at dates.
Yes.
We can look at dates. Thank you, Red French Moon. We appreciate you. Another super chat came in from Mark Perkins for 2. Those drinks, though, did not know charcoal was in it. It's also you can use charcoal to brush your teeth. It's actually cleansing for your body. Charcoal was used for a lot of things back in the day and still is. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's this little thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. And you're gonna we have more giveaways coming. I almost gave it away. I don't want to give it away. We have some cool giveaways coming up on the channel for members, so stay tuned. Thank you, Mark Perkins. Jimmy Francis, it was a great show. Wish I could have been there. Had a watch party with a couple of actors, though. Proud to be nominated. You are on a short list of filmmakers who've been nominated for award this. It is literally from the staff of Film Threat curating the indie movies you need to see. Now it depends. If you don't like certain types of movies, well then Alan doesn't like certain types of films, so he just doesn't really watch them. So,
independent horror films scare the living poop out of my bunghole.
But anyways, if it's in a category of a type of movie that you love, it's worth checking out. Thank you, Jimmy Francis. Appreciate that. Just out of curiosity, says Brock Samsonite, who votes to decide the awards for award this? Is it a small private panel like other award panels, or is it just decided solely by Chris and Alan? No, we have
It's a committee.
It's a committee, and it's the writers of Film Threat. So everybody sends in their picks. I mean, ultimately, this is why we have so many ties. We had like 4 ties this year, which is, I think, the most we've ever had. That's just a way to go like, okay, we can't debate it. It's basically, Alan and I kind of have authority. We're like the head of it. And then there's like everyone who's a writer for Film Threat contributes. That's how we get the list.
I mean, we reviewed 2,000 reviews last year, and clearly you and I have not seen all the everything.
Yeah.
You know, and especially not enough to nominate.
Now, one thing we want to change and add, Brock, we want to make an award that will be, we want to have like a people's choice, like the people vote, right? So we want to have like for indie movie of the year, we could have like that is voted on by viewers of Film Threat. So we want to, there's a bunch of little things we're talking about to upgrade the event. We want to, we had an overflow room this year. We didn't use as much of it as I thought we would, but yeah, there are all types of improvements to the awards. And one of them is we want you to be able to vote. So that's something that, yeah. John Richards, problematic white guy, says, click that thumb button. Yeah. Click the like and watch award this. Just have it. You can have it playing on another tab if you're on your computer. Willie, the Monkey King's music. Big D, Alan, when is your first Disney expose story coming out?
Next Wednesday.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to talk about next Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. But,
So
but we should probably let people know Hollywood on the Rocks will be starting later next week.
It's going to be later. Why?
Because I'm seeing Aquaman.
And I'm seeing Aquaman.
Maybe.
No, I was.
They already told me I can't bring a +1, so you're gonna have to use your cunning to get in.
I already reached out to someone who's nice to me. Very rare. But yeah. So there's 2 things that are happening next Wednesday, a week from today. One, we're gonna have an early review of Aquaman on Wednesday, and then we will go over the first part of. Do we even know, is the D files, is someone else using the D files?
You know, I mean, D files is hardly something you'd copyright or brand.
Right. We should call it
film. I mean, you know, Disney files I get, but D
you
files.
can call it Film Threats D files.
Yeah. Or D expose.
Yeah. So that's a week from today. And I don't know when we will be live. I think the screening is at what time?
It's at 2. And then I have to get home, which will probably be another 2 hours after.
So it's probably going to be 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's going to be an evening live stream. I will remind everyone on the community tab, and you'll actually see the thumbnail, so you'll know. But it's going to be D Files and Aquaman 2 next Wednesday. Today is kind of a chill day for us. We get to talk about a movie.
Just as a preview, we'll talk about the downfall of John Lasseter, which is pretty much the big event at Disney that I would say created a major shift in the way that company is run.
It's the defining event that sparked everything that we're dealing with now. That like it was a culmination of build up to that event sparked it, and now that began the downfall. But the effects of it we haven't seen until now. Hey,
and you may know part of the story, but we'll give you the rest of the story.
Yeah. Sons and Shadows says Sons and Shadows gifted 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you. Join us on the Discord, you new lucky members, and thank you for your generosity. Sean Hu for 742. A special thank you to Davina Duckworth for providing a synopsis for each winning movie in the chat during award this in real time. Oh, that is great. That is fantastic. Yeah, we are going to do, there's just like so many little things. Glenn and I were chatting and like, oh, we can prove this, or how about we do this? And I have a working document I'll share with you, Alan, if you have any suggestions. One of them is probably going to be more bunghole jokes. Want Biscuit says should be an award for best nude scene. I don't know that we don't want to be the MTV Movie Awards. quite frankly. We want to be taken a little bit more seriously than that, but we don't take ourselves super seriously. I think that's more of a Mr. Skin thing, which is why I go to Mr. Skin for all my nude news. Thank you, Want Biscuits. Shucksy, I got Ninja Badass on Blu-ray. Will you have an award this winning movie? Sifax says, hey, Sifax, Chris and Alan, what would you recommend for this week, Wonka or American Fiction? We're reviewing both on Friday. It depends on your mood. I'd probably go, and also how many sakis you drink, how much beer and sake you have.
I think American Fiction is the movie you should see. And I think you will be surprised by Wonka.
You'll be surprised by Wonka. It's a movie that is for kids that is also enjoyable for adults. But American Fiction, from that, we're going to talk about it Friday. I want to save it. Oh, interesting. Alan, can you research this? Jonathan.
Yeah, no, I saw it. So apparently a video came out showing that maybe Jonathan Majors was the victim in all this.
Oh,
that, there's a video of him being chased down the street by the plaintiff. And,
should we look at it? Look for it. I'm going to go through these last chats before we pivot. And if it's breaking, let's talk about it really quick. Thank you, Marvelously Magically. Pirate Queen, member for 13 months, says, hello, boys. God, I love that. Your avatar. What is it? Is that Wonder Woman on your avatar? Pirate Queen? I don't know. It's a very interesting. Yeah, there you go. Another super chat here from Big Worm for 5. Award this show was great. Can you get all the nominees on your website with links to where I can watch the movies? That is something we will do next year, but you can get links to all the reviews of all the films on Film Threat. I just use an app called Just Watch. I think that what we should do on the Award This website is definitely do links to where you can see those films. Big Worm, good suggestion. I was looking at like the chat comments on Award This, and it was like, why don't you guys do this? And I thought, yeah, we should do that. That's a good suggestion. So maybe we can get some volunteers to help us out, because it really is like literally like the show is put together by like 4 or 5 people. Okay. And thank you, Big Worm. JTP RX Linktree. Just need RRR and bingo. Well, then there you go. RRR Linktree. I don't know what day it is. Day 165 of Alan not having a Linktree. So typical. Red French Moon for €5 says, watched Award This and the live red carpet. Those vodka barrels looked yummy. Lila was funny, and nice shirt, Chris. Oh, it's a tuxedo. Men's Warehouse. Oh, wait, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But
and
so this is from TMZ.
Wait a sec. One last thing.
Here's TMZ. So basically, Jonathan
wait,
Majors.
Let me just finish. Okay. All right. Fine. You know what? Wait, let me do this. Let me do a new banner. Let me do a new banner.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't know that that's a good headline to do. All right. Sorry, we're going to do
JONATHAN. It's right on the screen there.
What? I'm just saying. All right. Here we go. Alan, explain.
There we go. So this is from TMZ. Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend are leaving this SUV here. So they're there walking together. And here we go.
Okay, hang on. Let's see it.
So you can see him running away from her. And,
wait a second. Okay, so the video is surveillance.
Oh, here he goes. He's still running.
Parking lot, and all it shows is a girl running after Jonathan Majors, who, not gonna lie, is much more athletic. And this girl is really putting herself in danger. This woman running after him, I assume in some form of heels. She gets credit for that. I don't know. Gossip is really not our thing here at Film Thread. I only care about how this affects Marvel going forward. I don't know that this proves much of anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a single event in time. We don't know the context of it. We don't know why they're running.
What does that
But-
prove? That he was running away? How does that prove?
Well,
ultimately?
I think I think the implication is that maybe he's not the aggressive one in the relationship. Yeah. Hey, keep talking. Annie's calling me real quick.
Oh, okay,
Leslie.
cool. All right. Well, why don't you? Yeah. Is this a good time to talk to her? All right. I don't know that this is. I have heard rumblings from people I know in the industry that have just said that Jonathan Majors has a reputation. And it's interesting that that he wasn't maybe fully vetted. And I'm not saying he's guilty because he deserves a fair trial. I don't know what this proves. And I also, honestly, I don't care about this stuff. I think this is gossip to me. I don't watch TMZ. I'm not a TMZ person. I only care about, as this may affect films, it certainly changes the trajectory of where Marvel was going. I think at this point, ultimately, they're going to end up recasting Kang if they even follow through with that storyline. Alan, final thoughts on this, because there's other stuff.
Again, it's got to be done. I hate the fact that we're litigating these things in social media.
Yes, that is the big problem.
That's what trials are for, and because we're only getting half the story,
right?
And we're getting the story that's framed through the narrative of whoever wants, whoever the bad guy is or bad girl is, and so that's why Gina Carano got taken down the way she did. That's why other people, and we'll talk about it with John Lasseter as well.
Yeah, it's I think it's really unfair. With Lasseter and Jonathan Majors, and you know what? When it comes to relationships, there are two sides to every story, and they always say there's my side, your side, and then there's something in the middle, right? So, and there's something that could
there's
be
my side, your side, and the truth.
Exactly. So that was, I don't know. I think at this point it's because it's gray and because it's kind of like, I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be, I think it's going to change where Marvel's going for sure. And I think that there are so many, this is something I've wanted to do a video on, all from like the post-credit ending for Shang-Chi. What does that tie into? There's so many of these post-credit scenes in phase 1, 2, and 3 of Marvel. All were leading somewhere. They were either funny and they were funny or whatever, interesting, or they were leading to something. It doesn't feel like any of
the Eternals is the greatest example.
Yes,
when you have a celestial head and arms sticking out of the North Pole.
Yeah, you'd be able to see that from satellite, I would think. So and I feel like they're not going to follow up on these storylines. They're just going to be loose ends. Nothing is going to tie in.
If I were Marvel at this point, I would say the ending of Deadpool is Deadpool kills the MCU.
Oh my God, that's a great idea, Alan. Deadpool kills the MCU. They should use it as an opportunity to just kill the MCU, reboot it all. But I don't know that video proves anything.
Yeah. No, again, that's a moment in time between these two. It could have been an anomaly. It doesn't necessarily reflect the personalities of either person. It's just an incident that happened. You just have to. You need more of these. You need a trial, basically.
Right. All right, we're going to pivot quickly here. I think I have a video about that, or it's something else. This is one of my favorites. If you haven't seen this. That's Alan Gruber.
Yeah.
From Die Hard.
And apparently that's our Christmas video.
All right, let's do this. A new Dune Part 2 trailer dropped yesterday. The film has, of course, been the release date of the film has been moved around quite a bit. It is finally coming out March 1st, 2024. There's a good chance that Alan and I will hopefully get to see it late February. This is a movie I have not just been looking forward to since they announced they were making that Denis Villeneuve was doing Dune. It's a movie I've been looking forward to since I read the first Dune book when I was 14 years old. That movie changed my life. It was a science fiction book that was unlike anything I'd ever seen. I had seen Star Wars, but never read Dune. It was recommended to me, and I read Dune as a teenager in high school, and it just rocked my world because it's not a world with where spaceships don't play a huge part of it. Commerce plays a huge part of it. It's there are no robots per se. There are no lightsabers. There are no aliens. There are different types of humans, but it is it's an incredibly original science fiction universe that posits a future 10,000 years off, that even acknowledges the Bible. They talk about like different versions of the Bible that were kind of rewritten. And it's about this charismatic leader that fights back against the Harkonnens, led by, of course, Paul Atreides. We're not going to now. Every time we play anything from Warner Brothers, we get a copyright strike. So Alan and I have both already seen the trailer. We will drop the link to this trailer in the description for you all to check out, or you can search for it. I always go for the official, either from the WB channel, or I go to IMAX. Actually, I like to give them a view. I subscribe to the IMAX YouTube channel because they show exclusive IMAX trailers there. My feeling is that this trailer was dropped to promote the new release date. We're going to look at some images from this. I have read the book 5 times now, the first Dune book. Then I've read up through the first 5 books, and then they kind of lost me. But the books in the future in the series were not written by Frank Herbert. So, but in any case, the imagery here, I know exactly what's happening here. What Denis Villeneuve said when he said he was going to make Dune was he wanted to make an adult Star Wars. Before we kind of scrub through some of these images, Alan, what do you have to say about the new Dune Part 2 trailer?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not the big Dune fan that you are, but back when the first movie came out, I was challenged to not only see the David Lynch version, but also the Sci-Fi Channel series, all of them. And admittedly, they were weird. They still are weird.
Weird.
I remember the early images of the David Lynch version was just a guy being blown up like a bubble and then floating off. That was kind of my impression of Dune at that time. But I saw Denis Villeneuve's version, and I liked it a lot. I thought like it was, it felt like a sci-fi movie, and that's exactly what I got from this trailer. So I'm excited about it. I think they're on the right track in terms of it's a good trailer. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. Well, let's actually, I'm going to scrub through some more images from this. I know exactly. There is, what you're looking at mainly is a lot of images of war. This is the bottle right here. I missed it right here of the water of life. Okay. This is like the CBD oil of the spice melange, where it can take you'll get visions of the future. It enhances, it'll turn your eyes blue. It'll trip you out. There's a lot of Dune that's about doing drugs, right?
Yeah.
So
the trailer is definitely, it's fan service for Dune fans, but there's enough for the rest of us to say, hey, this looks like an epic film.
Right. Now, I don't know what this is. I'm only going to speculate. The emperor of the known universe is the Padishah Shaddam IV. And he is played by Christopher Walken in the movie. This looks like his ship or the exterior of his ship being bombed because it's supposed to be made of gold, showing the opulence of the Emperor. And I think Christopher Walken is perfect. That looks like the Emperor's starship. Here's a hand image, which is, at least in the David Lynch version, used as the image to represent dreams. Chani, Paul Atreides' love interest, she's a warrior amongst the Fremen, and men and women fight side by side as members of the Fremen, the different tribes of Fremen. And you're going to see her be a girl boss. That's in the book. So just to be clear, it's also in the David Lynch version. Chani as a character was always a fighter. So anyone accusing the movie of like, oh, they went like for full girl boss, it's like, yeah, that's in the book. And it makes sense because they're this beleaguered, downtrodden people just trying to survive on Arrakis.
Yeah, you had to be a warrior.
You had to be a warrior. I just like that it has, I'm gonna screen cap this because she says load. I'm gonna send that send that to a friend of mine here. But a lot of what we're seeing, okay, so this looks like a spice carrier, and they're running away, they're sabotaging the spice carrier. That's how they mine the spice. They have to like hover because the act of mining spice may attract worms. They got to get away. But if you shut down production of mining for spice, that throws the whole universe, because the whole universe runs on this spice, right? Like that's how you travel from other planets. I hope that we do get to see the Spacing Guild, this more of the Spacing Guild. So I'm going to scrub through.
Yeah, those are things that I never got while watching the originals.
Yeah, well, we see
just all the guilds and everything. I think it was better explained in this one than
this is Javier Bardem as Stilgar. He's the leader of at least his Fremen tribe,
and he squats well. Yeah,
he squats well. The thing that I really like in the trailer, I'm going to scrub ahead a little bit more. There's a lot of like talking between. There's this one exchange that like where Paul Atreides says this line. It kind of bugged me because it's I'd very much like to be equal to you. Like, because the Fremen are all equal. There's not like these hierarchies and houses or monarchies, right? Like that's kind of talked about in the book, but never as overtly. It's in the book, but it's not like pointed to. I feel like what, by including this in the trailer, what they're trying to do is say, hey, this could be woke. It's really not. I even hate using that word.
I mean, what kind of a warrior was he when he first landed on Arrakis here? Compared to the other Fremen. I think that's I feel like that's what it's alluding to, is that he's not quite the warrior that they are.
Right. Well, I think that's part of it. But I feel like there's he's trying to say something, but there was another line like this in the original Dune trailer, and then it was not that big a deal when the movie came out. I feel like it's out of context and whatever, but I feel like that line might annoy some people. It annoyed me a little bit. The other thing that was the best part of the trailer, Fade Routha, he's psychotic. And you're going to see Fade Routha kill people. He's going to be like, my prediction, he's going to be like what Heath Ledger was like as the Joker in The Dark Knight. A murderous like threat that is frightening. I mean, the movie is, I believe it's going to be rated PG-13, so it's not going to be particularly bloody, but there will be shocking deaths. We kind of see a death here when he sticks out his tongue, and then kind of like you see him battling in an arena, and just he has no respect whatsoever for the death of anyone.
Yeah, he kind of sucker punches someone or sucker kills.
He sucker slices.
Yeah,
sucker slice. What I'm excited about are the possible futures. That's the thing that kind of drives Paul Atreides mad, in a sense. It's the best way to describe it. This is like trying to get a Star Wars fan to actually get into the Dune universe. What if Anakin Skywalker knew he was going to become Darth Vader and did everything he could to alter that destiny? And basically what Paul Atreides foresees. He foresees himself becoming this leader that is involved in a jihad. And the word jihad is actually used in the book. This is going to be effectively a war movie. My understanding is the running time now is, and this was another great part in it was, yes, the Sardaukar facing a sandworm in battle. Not just, Paul Atreides fleeing, but facing an actual, how do you fight that? How do you
fight and not just a sandworm?
Yeah, there are multiple sandworms. It's how do you fight this thing? The Sardaukar are obviously unmatched in this. Look at that, 3 massive. This is the stuff I'm looking forward to. One of my favorite things about, and I'm not like a big I am a newbie when it comes to like being, I'm just like a fan of Lord of the Rings because I thought those movies were amazing. Two Towers, the battle scene, which is almost half of that movie of Two Towers. This is what we're in for, is something on that epic scale like you've never seen. It was not done very well in the David Lynch movie. The last third of the movie is kind of a montage of what happens in the last half of the book. I don't like Dune Part 1. I think though, in terms of the ending, it ended at very awkward place. We're going to see the last half of the Dune book, fingers crossed, done right. The one thing we're not seeing in this trailer, Paul's sister, Aliyah. We're not seeing her. They haven't shown that yet. I think that's going to be a surprise in the film, but I hope we don't see it in future trailers. This looks like the main hall. I'm not sure. I'm speculating on some things. This could be the Emperor's ship coming to Arrakis. We do get to see Princess Irulan, played by Florence Pugh. Here she is right here. I love the costume design. It's like very, it seems practical, but opulent. It's supposed to be over the top and opulent. And I like that. I mean, it's just by the time we get to the end of this trailer, it's just all out war, a war, romance, and the Bene Gesserit are involved. We see Paul Atreides use the voice on the Reverend Mother. Silence. It's going to be, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Alan, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. There's kind of the simplicity of it, just being in the desert like this. I mean, we've talked a lot about just the fact that, they had a good budget. They had a modest budget, and they still made it look good compared to what Disney has been doling out and what crap they've been returning to us.
Yeah, it's just a movie I thought you just could never be made, and the David Lynch version is admirable. I actually look back on it fondly. I think there's some really great casting, really good music, and great production design, but a budget that turned out to be somewhat anemic in order for him to get the full vision he wanted. You can watch the Dune, what's it called, the Spice Diver cut, which is 3 hours, like the vision that he was going for. And that's actually on YouTube in 4K. But these images are just like right out of the book in terms of the massive, just epic scale of everything. I mean, Fremen riding sandworms, attacking the Sardaukar warriors, coming for the Emperor as they've shut down spice production. It's going to be awesome. I'm not. It is my most anticipated movie of next year. It was my most anticipated movie for this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like to defend the first one for a moment. You didn't like the ending. The reality was, it was completed during the pandemic. In fact, during our screening, you got into a fight with someone about a mask, about not wearing a mask.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then
I'll tell you exactly what happened. We went to see.
Hold on, and I'll just add also that Dune Part 2 had not been greenlit at all at that point either.
That might have been PR, but yeah, I got in a fight with someone. So we're walking from the screening. We all had to wear masks to go.
And we were walking outside. We were walking through WB Studios.
We were out. Yes, we were at Warner Brothers. They said masks enforced, and so I sat next to Alan the whole movie. We watched the movie together. We both
gave me COVID.
Well, Merry Christmas. So But like, Alan and I saw the film. We're walking outside, and even like at the time, they said you didn't have to wear masks outside, and I'm like, what am I doing? I took the mask off, and then I was berated and shamed by these. I think that person still wears masks to screenings. I'm not going to say who it is, but also like, if that's fine, if that's what they want to do, that's their choice.
But it just got really pissy at one moment.
Well, yeah, and I was just like, this is dumb. But like, I feel like when it comes to how other people make choices in their lives, that's your choice. I wear Captain America and Batman underwear. Okay. You can almost, if you're looking at me on a live stream, I have Batman underwear on. Okay. Not to put that image in your head. I'm just saying everyone can do what they want to do, and that's fine. But you're not don't come at me over different choices that I make in my life. But you ended up taking your mask off too. And I think I convinced another friend, like, just what are we doing? We're outside.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid.
I thought it was stupid. So, anyways,
in Orange County, we weren't wearing masks. Let's just put it that way.
Well, if you have seen if you saw the panel from LA Comic-Con where we talk about why 99% of movies today are garbage, I have already promised, Alan, I'm sorry about this. I already promised Danica, Comic Book Girl 19, would be my +1 when I get to see Dune Part 2. I assume you'll get invited also, but
I'm sure I'll get invited to an earlier screening than you.
Oh yeah, well, I promised Danica, and I'm following through on that promise. And I hope we do a live stream. We should do like a group live stream. Yeah. But she really knows her Dune. Shout out to Danica, Comic Book Girl 19. Check out her Dune book club. Those videos are still on YouTube. You can read Dune, and she kind of takes a chunk and then goes through and discusses what happens in that chunk. She's she really, I mean, she probably knows more about Dune than I do. But I cannot wait to see this film and discuss it with you next year. But let's discuss the trailer now. We've got a lot of chat comments and questions. I'm going to go through all of these, and then we're going to talk Iron Claw. And my apologies, we have over 500 people watching us live right now. Please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get to 169,000. Isn't that right, Alan?
Yes. 69.
Wait, say that again.
We still have that? 69.
Wait. What? We're trying to get to 100 and
69. 69.
All right, there you go. Let's go to your comments and questions here. We'll get right to it. Starting with Super Chats, TSG Official for 20 Swedish krona. Quick thoughts on the upcoming Rebel Moon. We will have her. I have not seen it. There were tickets for a Go Phobo screening. I'm going to try to get into that. They're Friday. I'm putting the feelers out. But
so when does that officially come out?
It comes out next Thursday, the 21st. So we're going to have to go see Aquaman 2, and then we're going to see Rebel Moon, and we'll talk about it on Friday's show, which is our pre-holiday show, Friday, December 22nd. I don't have any thoughts about it, except I am not particularly excited. Alan, any thoughts?
I have not been keeping up with it. It's Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah, it was a rejected. Look, if Lucasfilm rejected it, what does that say? I'm not. I've seen the trailer, and I'm like, very pretty. What's the story? Why do I care?
So you're saying if a big studio rejected it,
a big studio, like, by the way, Lucasfilm rejected it. Rejected the story as a Star Wars film.
Well, the question is, did George reject it, or did Kathleen reject it?
No. It was Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, then that's optimistic to me. Then
there you go. Football Frequency for 5 was a member. I had a phone call today, and my theater and DVD distribution plan landed me a Zoom call to discuss my story on Monday with an investment company. Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Football Frequency. Yes. Part of the purpose of this channel is to inspire you to do your own thing. And when I say inspire you, not everybody's a director, not everybody's a writer, but filmmaking is a team sport. Build your team. You need producers. You need people on your social media team. You need people. You need VFX people. You need a whole team to make a movie. It's a team sport. Congratulations, Football Frequency. Thank you for that good news. Red and Vadered for 5. Jumping over from the nooner, Chris. When asking to attend the POC screening, request it under Frank, and when they Google it, you know who'll pop up. Wait, Frank Gore? Oh, that's right. Oh my God. I had to think about it for a second because I think I'm Frank Gore. I'm not. I don't know. Look, I'm not a person. I don't want to create a viral moment. I don't want to be a person who complains.
Especially not for Aquaman.
Not for Aquaman. If it was a movie I cared about, I could see me doing it. I just want to see the movie with Alan. I think we could. Here's my move, not to like reveal too much about me here. My move sometimes is to act stupid. This is Alan knows this. He's seen me do it. Yeah. Where I act like I don't know what I'm doing or that I've made a mistake, and I'm incredibly apologetic. And I can see myself doing this. I'm not going to come up and complain, why are white people not invited to this screening? I don't want to be a part of that. What I could do is I can show up and go, oh my God, I was told to come to a screening. I've even got the email here. I was told to come. I didn't realize this was a different screening. Is it okay if I join? But I just act, and the other thing is, this is another thing you can do. If you confess that you I've done this to kind of sneak things into somewhere I shouldn't. And I'll confess that I'll say, is it okay to bring this in? And they'll say no. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll throw it away. And then I've already got a flask in my pocket and I walk right through. You know what I mean? Like if you confess it, because what you've done is you've built trust instantly by confessing that you may be doing something wrong and you want to check with them. So you give up authority to who this person is and you admit a wrong. But what you're doing is you're deflecting. It's like a magic trick. I use this to get into parties I'm not supposed to be at. It's a great trick. It works every time. I love it. Thank you, Red.
Yeah, and I don't know that they're not called POC screenings, but they're for mostly outlets with smaller audiences that don't usually get access to stuff like this. And quite frankly, it's the WB is the only one doing it.
Right.
None of the other studios.
I think that's a good thing. I think like John is in that group, right? Nerd Reactor.
Yeah, John is
love Subscribe to Nerd Reactor.
Yeah. I mean, the first time it happened to me, it was with the Suicide Squad. And it was, I looked around. It was just a lot of us smaller outlets. And we got access to James Gunn that evening. And it was definitely WB's way of just kind of reaching out to the smaller guys and not always give preferential treatment to the big outlets.
Well, the smaller guys like Alan Ng, because you wouldn't want the big guys like
Chris Gore,
myself there.
Why like G-Force Chris Gore.
This is the thing. Alan knows it bothers me because he'll say, "Hey, it's TV's Chris Gore." It's like, please don't say that. I don't think of myself that way.
I'll scream it across Comic-Con.
Oh God, I hate that. Ugh. Alan knows my buttons. Castigan, member for 3 months, says season's greetings. Dune 2 looks fire. And another Darren Hughes, member for 3 months, says congrats. Our award this tickets open to the public 100%. I mean, it's sold. I mean, it's over. But every year we will always allot a certain number of tickets to anyone who wants to go. Do you want to go to an award show, hang out with filmmakers, drink, get a gift bag, have a good time? Then tickets I will never do the show. I'm going to vow this now. As long as I'm running the show, we will always allot a certain number of tickets for purchase. You can't buy a ticket to the Oscars. You can't buy a ticket to the Spirit Awards. Mm-hmm. That is, to me, a type of elitism I have always fought against. So, Darren, you can buy tickets. We'll announce everything's going to be done earlier. We're moving up our calendar. Jonathan Majors was running to an audition for the Forrest Gump reboot.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense.
Disney's remaking it. That's Gun Ho Mac, member for 5 months. Thank you for that. And let's see, Flav here for 10 pounds, who's a member. They could clean it all up very easily using Deadpool and Cable's watch he still has. That would be cool. I feel like Deadpool is the end of the MCU. Critique Corner, member for 12 months, says the spice must flow. And Leo Cody, I want to say first a thank you to Leo Cody. He sends many, when you look at the community tab on the Film Threat YouTube channel, he does a lot of these graphics. They're hilarious. He just sent me one. Today, and I was like, oh, you have to improve this. I said I'm going to share it screen real quick here. And thank you. Leo does these graphics that you'll see on our community tab. It's me as Wonka, and it says Film Threat Review. Where's Alan as an Oompa Loompa?
I know.
It's the obvious thing. You got to have Alan as an Oompa Loompa. But thank you, Leo. He does all these graphics. Leo for 5 says, watched Award This last night. So happy Bristol Fashion won. Good story, good performances. Thank you, Leo. Appreciate that. That was our best in the LGBTQ category.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Hammond. Hey, Matthew, I see you on all these other shows. Your name pops up a lot. What if you say you're in a relationship with Alan and let them make the assumption? Ooh, that's good. Alan, that's good. I could be your husband.
There you go. I know you've been saying that a lot lately. He's like my brother. He's like my work wife.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, it's totally true.
Because we F with each other all the time. Isn't that what brothers do?
I was gonna say you're like my nerdy brother that my 2 real brothers aren't.
Right. Your 2 real brothers are not.
They're
You know
not.
what?
No.
What's so funny? What if you, from your family, you kicked out one of your brothers and I became your brother?
Yeah.
She's like, look, you've been replaced. It'd be a race swap. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Let's just say in my family, I'm the fun brother. I'm the fun son.
I get that sense from stories you've told me. You're the fun one. So, all right. Let's see. Final comments here. We got some from Rumble. Football frequency. Absolutely. Your crowdfunding PDF helped me a lot.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. Yes. If you're interested, you're a filmmaker, go to filmthreat.com/contact. That goes directly to me. Ask me for the crowdfunding document. It's like a 14-page document written by a friend of mine who first did a failed Kickstarter and then did a successful one, and he outlines how he did it.
Yeah.
So
look at that. Football frequency using the crowdfunding PDF got a distribution meeting.
Fantastic.
So there you go.
Andy likes stuff. Danica was friends with John Schnepp, the legend. Danica and I talk about John Schnepp quite a bit. Yeah, Danica's cool. Danica's super cool. I thought she was cool before I met her because I just watched her channel, but she's even cooler in real life. From Rumble, ADellis24 and Chani.
Oh, actually, you got to do the one before that. This one.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, it's 2-parter here. From ADellis24 on Rumble. 3-hour, 10-minute running time got me excited. I think it might be 2:47. I could be wrong. Alan, can you check the running time on IMDb?
Still too long.
No, it's perfect for me. I just have to find when I go to the bathroom because I will go at least once or twice. But yeah, got me excited. And Chani gives birth to the Emperor. Effectively.
Is that a spoiler? 2:46.
Yeah, it's 2:46. Still, that's pretty long. Elvis is playing Prince. Wait, is that real? No, he's not playing Prince. Playing Harkonnen. B Rad, who's a member, says if the Dune is good, people won't care if it is woke. Yeah, it's like the thing is this. There's just exactly. And I'm even so tired of using the word woke. I think it's getting kind of outdated or overused. I just think we want good stories and we don't want messages being we don't want propaganda. And I feel that that America has become a very propagandized country. That we're hearing these are the bad people. You should hate these people. Why? I don't know, but you should hate them. And also don't watch these people and don't listen to what these people say. These alternative media people, don't listen to them because they don't know what they're talking about. They're evil. They're evil and they're this and they're that and blah, blah. It's not working. The audience continues to shrink.
And it's the reason why this past weekend, Japan had the 2 top films.
Yeah. The Boy and the Heron and Godzilla -1. Brogu. Thank you for that. Brogu, yeah, her being a girl boss is in the book, but somehow I think Hollywood is going to put too much emphasis on her and they will focus on her being the leader of the people, her love interest. Well, she is a leader, but Stilgar is the leader. Stilgar is the leader. Thank you, Brogu. MK Solid 82, the trailer actually had good music, not the ambient music from part one. Here's what I'll say about this. When Denis Villeneuve talked about this, he said Dune Part 1, he sees Dune Part 1 and 2 as one movie broken into two parts. It's one movie. So at the beginning of the movie is kind of the fall of House Atreides, the death of Duke Leto. It's darker in tone. It's a build to something different music, a triumphant form of music. So my feeling is a lot of this music was probably written but not used. Like I could tell when I watched Dune Part 1, they were holding back. And I think that in the end, it's going to be a good thing. And what you're going to be able to do is watch a 5-hour version, 5-hour plus version of Dune Part 1 and Part 2 together. I would love to see Denis Villeneuve do like a supercut of adding the two together, putting in some more scenes, and yeah.
Yeah, and then selling it on Blu-ray and
just give me a 4K version, make it 8 hours. I always thought Dune would have been a better miniseries anyways. But there you go. Yeah, it's the music is much better. You see it building towards something. I think it's because I feel the first part was a restraint, holding back. Like we're introducing concepts and ideas. The first movie, Dune Part 1, is world building. That's what it is. Pure world building. So there you go. Thank you, MK Solid 82. Matthew Hammond for 499. Thank you. Tell the people at the POC events that Chris Gore and Alan Ng are partners at Film Threat. That could be true. It'd be true. But there you go. We're going to leave it there and we're going to pivot. And we're going to talk about some other stuff. We got other stuff to talk about today. We should talk about the thing that's on our thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely need to talk about that.
We now consecrate the bond of obedience. Assume the position.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
The way you look in that is...
I know, makes me think I should grow the beard back.
All right, let's talk about the Iron Claw. Alan and I have both now seen it. And Alan, why don't you tell us the story of the Iron Claw?
Yeah, I'm not sure how far we should get into the story, but the story is about the famous Von Erich family out of Texas. Basically, story is we have Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich. He's the oldest son, although there was an older son who died in childhood, and they live under the rule of their wrestler father, who is very strict. And in the trailers, you know that he has a ranking system for all his sons, and that as the sons progress, they can move up and down the rankings to take that number one spot. And so in this, brother Kerry, who is part of who is at college athlete who's destined to go to the Olympics. Well, thanks to Jimmy Carter and the Russians, for that matter, the U.S. pulled out of the Olympics, and Kerry is brought back, never having the chance to go to the Olympics. And basically, it's all about the sons getting into the father's business, into the business of wrestling. And all of them, there's 4 of them. One of them really isn't a wrestler. He wants to be a musician. And then there's David, who is considered from interviews I've heard from Ric Flair and a whole bunch of other people, David was probably the best one of the 4. And it's their story, but it becomes a tragic story, and we'll just leave it at that. I think you're right in the sense of last time you talked about it. If you don't know about the Von Erich family, don't look it up until you see the movie, because it'll just mean that much more.
And
for me, it was, I knew, WWF was wrestling in Southern California. That's all we knew. And so I would read the wrestling mags and that's how I knew of the Von Erichs. I didn't know them I've never seen them wrestle. And, but I knew of their tragic story. And this movie, I think it does honor to it from what I'm hearing. I personally love this movie, and the ending will break your heart. There's a conversation with Kevin and his sons that will break your heart.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that or anything spoilerish, but after I saw the film, I did look up the story of the Von Erich brothers, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. The true story. There are other YouTube videos also that kind of go through the real history.
Yeah, people are mentioning Dark Side of the Ring, which I believe is a good telling of that story as well.
Yeah, it's directed by Sean Durkin, who's his filmography is not. He does a lot of. Looks like he does a lot of TV stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he did have a film. He won the Dramatic Directing Award at the 2011 Sundance Film Festival for Martha Marcy May Marlene. That film, which is a movie I completely forgot existed. But I'll just say this: he did a tremendous job. Timothy Sean Durkin, the director of this, did a fantastic job with this, because what he did was he really instilled the humanity, the relationship, the kinship with these brothers, and how the family was so tight knit. I mean, if one of the brothers got hurt, it hurt all the brothers, right? Like, and the other thing about this that is worth noting is the performances of Jeremy Allen White, Zac Efron, and Harris Dickinson, who was not initially interested in wrestling. There's a couple things they did. One, Sean Durkin used these lenses that made them look bigger than life. Because I may actually be a little taller than Zac Efron. I'm 5'10". Zac Efron's not short. He's probably like my height-ish. But he's not a big guy. He's not a built guy, but he apparently did like tons of like before. And this is a trick. And Brad Pitt used this trick too. And also Tom Cruise has done this as well. The trick is what you do is you do push-ups before the camera rolls, so that when it just sort of gets the blood flowing to the muscles in your chest and abs. And it literally, not to quote an SNL sketch, pumps you up. So he looked way bigger than life in the film. Both Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, and Harris Dickinson. Before they did these scenes, it was like, okay, push up, push ups. Okay, now go, right? So I love it. The wrestling scenes are fun. It's like any good biopic. It's the lows, the highs, and it's the lows. Also, amazing soundtrack. Since it takes place in the 80s, you've got everything from like Blue Oyster Cult to Rush.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My understanding is the Rush song was the entrance theme for the Von Erichs.
Yeah. And also the director is Canadian, so that makes sense. Rush being a Canadian band. I loved Rush when I was a kid. 2112, the concept album, I listened over and over when I was in high school. It's like a science fiction space. It's a science fiction opera told through song. I'm probably going to listen to it now. Yeah. Now that I just put that in my head. But I thoroughly love this film. Cannot recommend it enough. Probably 9 out of 10 for me, if not higher. And one of my, once I do, we haven't done yet, but we will do before the end of the year, Alan. We're both going to do top 10 lists. This is on the list for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are your thoughts, Alan?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like Godzilla, it's not necessarily about the wrestling, but it's about the family dynamic. And it's captured beautifully here. It's captured tragically here. And you just, Zac Efron, his performance is very subtle. It's very low energy. But you feel, as the events of the family occur, you just feel everything he's going through. And it sets up perfectly his relationship with his wife and his 2 sons at that point. And, it's just a very emotional story. And the wrestling is not bad either. It does feel like indie wrestling. And, if you know anything about the way wrestling is portrayed in television today in movies, Chavo Guerrero is has been training a lot of these actors to be wrestlers. And Chavo is very good at it and gives them enough skills to make it look legit. And I will say, so I think we're going to get to a Ric Flair comment. The whole Ric Flair scenes are hilarious. And if you hate the Ultimate
my God.
Warrior, you're gonna love a moment in there as well.
Wait, okay, who played Ric Flair? in the
I don't
film?
know. I don't know his name.
He was under so much like it was great. Yeah, we'd have to look it up on.
I believe he's a wrestler, an indie wrestler. So I don't know who it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like, but it was so good. It felt so accurate.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and if you're an AEW fan, MJF barely appears in the movie, and he's an executive producer as well.
But it's just, it does what every great biopic does.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen the trailer, it's even better than the trailer shows it to be. And my God, the use of music, everything about it. And it takes you back to like, Iron Claw takes you back to like movies that you fall in love with. It's just, can't say enough good words about it. Alan, you recommend it.
Absolutely. It will be on that top 10 list. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So it makes both of our top 10 lists. What would you give it in terms of a ranking? How would you rank? Alan Ng, how would you rank the Iron Claw among the movies of the year? Alan Ng, I'm calling you out, Alan Ng.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely top 5.
It's top 5 of the year for the Iron Claw. The Iron Claw.
Yeah, it'll be against him and Jeffrey Wright. Zac Efron versus Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to your comments, questions here. That Star Wars girl says, "Do it, do it." Yeah, Anna, this is going to be on your top 10 list too. And
I think so.
I think it's going to be on your top 10 list, Anna. Make sure to see the Iron Claw. When does it open, Alan? Is it this weekend or
I
next?
believe it's Friday, isn't it?
Friday, yeah.
Well, or it's I think. Don't quote me on that.
What should I quote you on? No, it opens next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday. That's it.
Next Friday.
But embargo lifted today. So
yeah, we really wanted to talk about it. But thank you, Anna. Always good to hang out with you.
And then the call from Annie was basically, I'm interviewing Chris Jericho after the live stream on Friday.
Oh, wow. That's great. We have some really good interviews coming up. Just to let everyone know, we are interviewing before, I forget which show it is, but it's next week, Alex Hyde White, who played Mr. Fantastic in the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie. He was in the documentary Doomed. You can find the Fantastic Four movie from the early 90s places. Alex Hyde White is going to be on the show. He has a new book that he's written about his career. He's been in a bunch of movies. We're going to talk to Mr. Fantastic, the original Mr. Fantastic, next week. More of your comments here from Red and Vadered for 5. Alan and his work wife, Chris, and their internet daughter, X-Ray Girl. Sounds like a normal LA family to me. Crazy Uncle Gary visits from time to time. Here's what happened.
That was 2 weekends ago.
Crazy Uncle Gary is like the Kramer of our show. He the door flips open and he comes in and his hair is all like this.
Yeah.
Going like that. It's going like this with his hair. What do you think? Could Gary pull that off?
Yeah, and then Carolyn, she was cousin Oliver.
That makes no sense. Thank you, Red Invader. Lord Thoth says Ric Flair equals Aaron Dean Eisenberg. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Wait, that Star Wars girl, Anna, I'm going to pass. I can't look at Zach's new face. His new face? Did he get some work done?
No, the Von Erichs just have signature hairstyles. Let's just put it that way.
The hairstyle, he looks like, I'll say this, if I want to make a screen accurate He-Man movie, Zac Efron is the man. Zac Efron, man, I'm telling you.
Let's just say they had an Asian barber.
Oh my God. Wait, that's for later. Sorry about that. I'm going to start back from the top. My apologies. I used to watch some world-class wrestling when I was a kid, so I'm really interested in Iron Claw.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Take it from us. I mean, when Alan and I both like something, that's saying something. Darren Hughes became a YouTube member. Thank you for that. From Rumble, we have people watching us on Rumble here. ADL is 24. Are you guys going to talk about the Netflix viewing report that dropped today that details the streaming time for over 18,000 titles on the platform? I did not know about it. Alan, look it up. If we have time on Friday, we'll discuss it. I don't think we'll get to it today.
Yeah.
Also from Aid Ellis on Rumble. They also cut out the youngest son from the plot of the film. Look, how do you make a biopic, right? You have to condense things. You have to, you're going to have to, it's not like you're playing liberties or lying, but you're at least having to condense, which means certain parts aren't going to make it into the
but they're
story.
the five. It's the five sons, right? Or
No,
is
but
it-
they mention it. They mention it.
Well, yeah, so are they talking about the oldest son?
I think the one that died off screen.
Yeah, so that's
Beginning of the movie.
technically the oldest son.
Yeah, it's
who died.
dealt with. It's dealt with, but it's not. He's not in the film. Sons and Shadows is a member. You do not need to be a wrestling fan to like this movie. 100%. You don't need to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
at
like
all.
Godzilla, it's the human story. It's the story of brothers, and that's what drew me to the entire film.
The introspect M. Most of what I know is from Dark Side of the Ring. Yep. Immortal Remus. I'm quite interested in the actor who plays Ric Flair in this film based on what I've seen from the trailer, because that is a role no actor should half-ass. Oh, he doesn't half-ass it. I don't think he half-asses it at all. From Solomon Thornton, responding to Patrick Lemire, they were before my time. I heard about them and their story and saw their matches. I grew up during the era of Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, and to the end of the Stone Cold era. Wait, I wasn't really doing Stone Cold. What am I doing? Zach is short.
Oh, okay, there was another Von Erich that's not in the movie.
Okay, so that Star Wars girl confirms I am taller than Zac Efron. Zach is shorter. I've met him, and I know that Star Wars girl. So Anna, I'm gonna tell you know what? It's rare that I'll do this, Anna. I'm gonna take your word. I'm gonna take your word. I just felt we were like about the same size. We're about the same size. I don't know. Maybe we can confirm that. Aid Ellis 24. I met Efron when he was promoting We Are Your Friends, and he was in Baywatch shape. He had muscles on top of muscles. So there you go. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm trying to look something up on Google because I go there quite often. And there you go. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see. What is it? Nothing. Okay. I was trying to do something for a second. It's not working.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. You don't know I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. All right. Yeah. Zach broke his jaw. Wait. Sorry. Anna says Zach broke his jaw just a few years ago and had to have intensive surgery. Oh, but he didn't get like work done, so to speak. But he looks like he could play He-Man. I mean, he looks like he's He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. That haircut and the way his body is cut now.
Yeah. And even the face, even with the accident.
Oh my God. Just watch the trailer, but do not miss this film. We'll remind everyone again because it opens next week. But they have been doing early screenings, like early access fan screenings. If you
I'm sure there'll be opportunities before to see it.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see, Winter Soldier sub supporter put that link in. So Alan, why don't you just follow that? Thank you, Anna. Always good to I don't know if I'll see you before the holiday, or Anna, reach out to me. Are you going to go see Chrissy Mayer on January 5th and 6th? Because I am probably going to drive down, maybe grab a hotel, stay somewhere down there, but I'm going to see Chrissy Mayer, Lila Hart, Keanu Reeves. Isn't it Keanu Reeves? Isn't that Keanu's last name is Keanu Reeves?
I don't know if Keanu's going to be there, but definitely Lila and Chrissy.
Well, if you're going to go, Anna, let me know. We'll talk offline here. Heard Hemsworth is going to do a Hulk Hogan biopic. Says
that's been stalled.
Stalled?
Yeah, because Todd Phillips was attached to it, and Todd Phillips is busy. And I believe it's back in Hulk Hogan's hands to try to reshop it. But Hemsworth, from what I understand, is still interested in doing it.
That would be cool. Just try to get away from the Thor character. You know? Seriously. Thank you, effing book. Pilgrim Media for 2.
Oh, Keanu Thompson. That's it.
Keanu Thompson. I was joking. I knew it was not Reeves. Pilgrim Media for 2 says, I grew up with CWF here in Tampa, Florida. Awesome. And Josh L for 499. How was Jeremy Allen White in the Iron Claw? Always thought he was great in Shameless and the Bear. He is fantastic.
Yeah. He's a supporting character.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah, this is Zac Efron's story.
yeah. It's more it's more Zac Efron's character story, Kevin Von Erich, but it's very good.
Yeah.
Alan, could you get that link with that report? How do I
How do you
about Netflix?
Yeah.
I can't cut and paste that. Can you cut and paste and put in the private chat?
Did you click it? Or
I can't click it. It's a chat comment. But if someone put it in the private chat, I can actually click on the link. If someone here we go. All right, I got it right here.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this briefly. Just a moment. But thank you, everyone. Great chat comments and questions today. Love it.
Yeah. The link is an overview, though. It's not. Yeah, it's a press release.
Wait a sec. What was that noise I just heard?
That was my dog.
That was your dog?
Yeah.
I feel like you could have been in the Iron Claw. You could have been in the Iron Claw. I mean, now when I watch that video, I actually think that you could have pulled it off. There's nothing wrong with that. So, all right, I'm looking at this report. It's interesting, but it's almost like someone really needs to actually go through it and interpret it.
Yeah, I
download the report here. Okay, I just downloaded it. It's an Excel spreadsheet. I don't know how to share screen. I'll have to take screenshots. I'm opening the document now. It's taking a long time. There are 18,000. Oh my God. This is I'll send it to you. Okay, this is a very long spreadsheet. This data needs to be interpreted. But here's what's weird, because I'm sure this is worldwide. A lot of things you wouldn't expect are in the top. And it's all really weird stuff. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Oh my God. Should I go to the bottom? That'll be more interesting. Let's go to the very bottom of this sheet. 18,000. A lot of things I don't recognize. But I'd love to see. I know some people I can send this to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting, but I think I'd have to spend some time digesting this in order to be able to interpret it in a meaningful way so that we can discuss it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to wrap early.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I'm looking at the overview, and it says a few things, but like 30% of viewing was dedicated to non-English stories.
That shows the global audience is 30% of Netflix, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. But look, I want to let you know that we have extended our sale at the Film Threat shop. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. Pick up a Film Threat shirt. We have extended through the end of the year. I can't guarantee if you order something now, you'll get it before the holidays. But I can guarantee you a discount if you use the discount code FilmThreat-HO. Use that discount code. Where is it here? And get a discount on something from the Film Threat shop. Get a Film Threat shirt. Get a hat. Tons of stuff. Our movie logo collection. That's Ms. P. Coffee modeling that shirt, the Godzilla one. She looks great in that shirt. That's pretty cool. Just lots of different. We only put these on sale for the holidays. It says seasons screenings, which is great. So check it out. Pick up something from the Film Threat shop. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. All right. That wraps it up for us today. We will be back Friday with a lot of reviews, including Wonka, The Boys in the Boat, directed by George Clooney. Friday is our review day. And then we also have an interview. We are interviewing director Simon Kellen Jones, who is the director of The Family Plan, which is a film that is coming to Apple TV Plus, starring Mark Wahlberg. By the way, I'm trying to get Mark Wahlberg on the show.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I am
I'll have
talking and trying to get Mark Wahlberg to join us, even if it's only for like 10 minutes. Trying to make it happen for Friday. But there you go. We'll talk about a bunch of other films that are opening on this weekend. And there might be an indie here or there that you've never heard of. That's kind of our bread and butter. And there you go. Alan, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, no, that's about it. Go to filmthreat.com for our reviews. We posted all the award this winners on the site. You can check those out. Award this, the winners, the nominees. Just think of it as a good list of films to go down if you're looking for something other than the big studio films to watch.
It's a way to curate a playlist of movies if you like horror film or indie sci-fi or comedy. It's a good list to start with to kind of enter that world. I mean, at least I would look up the trailers for those movies. Mm-hmm. That really helps. So there you go. Oh, quick comment.
Or go to filmthreat.com, read the review, and then click an ad or two.
Yeah. Click on a bunch of the ads. Anonymous says Kevin Von Erich and his sons are on AEW tonight.
That's right.
Well, there you go. And thoughts on fitness with Nigel, member for 12 months, says Merry Christmas, Film Threat, the mods, and the chat. And I want to thank the chat. I want to thank you for watching. We've grown quite a bit over this year. We went from like 60,000+ at the beginning of the year, over 100,000. We'll probably end at 105,000 thanks to you. So appreciate that. And also want to say thank you to our mods, Lord Thoth, Mexican Iron Man, Paulie from Latino Slant, Ms. P. Coffee, Glenn Brown, our producer. And there you go. And last thing, Lady Thoth says, I know Mark Wahlberg. Lady Thoth actually knows him. He is super nice. And I think he would like our show.
He's not going to be on.
Sense that he would like our show. I want to go through the correct channels. I don't want to bother him, with this. He may or may not be here. I know we have the director, which is going to be a lot of fun. And BMO Better says, and remember to watch Award This, get those views up. Yes, absolutely. Watch Award This, get those views up.
I would focus on Glenuccio's package. Focus on his package, his nominee package, and he gives a great introduction to each of those films.
Independent horror films scare the living poop out of my bunghole.
I love it. I'm sorry to interrupt, Alan. It's too good.
I know.
It's too good.
Like Glenn's package, it's too good.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, that wraps it up for us today. We'll see you Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm doing Geeks and Gamers Daily, and I will literally be ending G&G Daily and actually starting. I might be on 2 shows at one time. I'm going to see. Okay, let's do an experiment. No. We're doing an experiment. On Friday, I'm going to be on the live stream for Geeks and Gamers Daily. Then I'm going to go to the Film Threat live stream and start the show. Cold. Just going to start it.
And you'll be echoing the entire time.
I don't know. Will I echo?
I don't know. Well,
let's find out what happens. Alan?
Maybe I should start the live stream and then bring up the
I got a better one. I'm going to send you the StreamYard link for Geeks and Gamers Daily, and you can go on the show and say, oops, I'm on the wrong show. And then go to Film Threat.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, everyone watching, okay, a lot of people dropped off. Do not tell Ryan this. Do not tell Ryan Cannell. We're going to fuck with him. We're going to fuck with Ryan on Friday. I'm going to fuck with Ryan.
You're going to what?
I'm going to fuck with Ryan. He deserves it. He deserves it.
Remember to cuddle afterwards.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not going to do that, but that's all right. Alan, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, let's get out of here.